I'm Edward Einhorn. I'm the director and adapter of Iphigenia in Aulus, and it's playing at La Mama's First Floor Theater from February 14th to March 3rd. Agamemnon is told by a priest that he has to sacrifice his daughter in order to make wind blow and let the sails fill and the ships go to Troy to attack Troy. They've been stuck on Aulus for a long time, and everybody's gotten restless, and the priest says you have to kill Iphigenia, or else you'll never leave. And one of the interesting things about the play is that the antagonist is not on stage. The antagonist is the crowd. It's this priest Calchas. It's Odysseus. But they're all forces from the outside, and we see them on the inside struggling against the mass of pressure building up from the outside. So I started working on this show a couple of years ago. The graphic novelist Eric Shanower, who writes the Age of Bronze comics about the Trojan War, was talking about doing a graphic novel of Iphigenia in Aulus, and so I did a translation for him. And as I was working on the translation, I really began to realize how contemporary it was. One aspect that's very contemporary is that it doesn't really talk about gods in the same way as a lot of the Greek plays. The gods never appear; they never do anything. It's really talked of as more of a religion than as actual physical beings. And the other aspect was that it was talking about democracy versus what the Greeks called ochlocracy, which is mob rule.
So Edward, tell me a little about these masks.
So these masks are based on Eric Shanower's art, and they're done by Jane Stein, who also did the set. She did all the masks. And so we took the images from his graphic novel Age of Bronze and the ones he was creating for the graphic novel of Iphigenia in Aulus, and we translated them into these masks. They're actually not worn. There are very few worn masks in the play. They're sort of held, they're used as objects. This one's used as a sword of sorts or a spear.
Oh, cool.
We have these banners with Eric's art, and I'm very interested in this sort of evolution of mask into puppet, into cantastoria, which is this Italian form of theater making, which include banners, and comics, which they all sort of relate, because the banner theater led to both puppetry and to comics. So there's a very strong historical connection that all dates back to these Greek masks.
Right, so it's not just wanting to incorporate graphic novels as sort of a hip new thing into theater. It's actually a very old thing.
It's a very old thing, and it comes from a very old tradition. They all spring from that ancient Greek tradition. The story itself, the story about the questions about democracy, about the way religion is used in war, is a story that's retold a lot, and retold in different variations of the same way. And so I feel like by incorporating puppetry and comics and cantastoria and the very modern indie rock styles that we have as part of the show, we're still telling the same story again and again, but in all the variations it's been told over time.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for talking to us. We're looking forward to the show.
Thank you.